This is what if Deku had, well, was abandoned. What if Deku was abandoned? Um, the reincarnation somebody you might not like or anything. Yes, he's gonna be a reincarnation of someone. I'm just not gonna tell you yet. Until I get to the part. So Deku was born with a twin sister named Izumi, because it's the easiest name. And sorry if you hear a fan in the background. It's hot in my room. So, Deku's born with a twin sister named Izumi, and everything goes up in canon, but instead he has a twin sister until he's 4. Deku, is at the quirk doctor with his mom. I'm gonna say his dad's there too. So, Deku, the doctor comes in and says, "Do you want the good news or bad news?" Inko and Hasashi look at each other and say, "Bad news first." And by the way, Inko is not best smiled in this. So, they said, "Your son is quirkless." And that got Inko and Hasashi mad. But they said, "Good news?" They said, "Your daughter, Izumi, Izumi, has a strong pyrokinesis quirk." And they were happy about it. So when they got home, their parents instantly forgot who he was. Or he's pretty much going to be neglected and abused. He's going to be abused by his sister, Bakugo, and pretty much anyone. So, he has a few scars along his arms and stuff like that. He has a scar across his right eye. Yeah, a scar across his right eye. So, by the age he was 6, Inka and Izashi went to the forest and pretty much just they said, "Can you get out and grab something in the trunk for us?" And Deku said, "Yeah," because it's his parents, he would do stuff for him. And as soon as Deku got out and closed the door, Inko and Izashi instantly just drove away. And not expecting this, Deku tripped back and fell over a cliff. Deku somehow survived, and he's knocked out. And by the time he wakes up, his head's hurting, of course. He has scars and everything. But when he wakes up, let me think. A wolf is near. So the wolf comes and attacks Deku because it thinks it's food. By the way, his right eye is blind. He cannot see out of that eye at all. So Deku is running away, and his speed faster than normal would be for a normal kid, normal 6-year-old kid. And he's running, and he climbed up a tree. Yeah, climbed up? Yeah, I think so. And the wolf just stayed there for 2-3 hours. Deku was just sitting up there, scared for his life. So while he was up there, he was thinking, why did they abandon him? being quirkless wasn't his choice, because 2% of this world is quirkless. I don't get why 20% of the world is quirkless, because then it would be around 1 billion people that are quirkless. Like 5% makes sense, but in this world it's 2. 2% of the world is quirkless, so Deku, when the wolf goes away, he's just walking around and just looking for stuff. He saw a video on how to make a fire, so he does that, and then he finds an old hatchet, and he finds a bunny, and pretty much kills it. He kills the bunny. So Deku is cooking up the food right now, so he can eat, and he made a little shelter. Well, he didn't really make a shelter, he just made a bed up in a tree, so you can sleep up there. So Deku's just sleeping up there. And when he's sleeping, he goes to his mindscape. This is after a year of stuff. So he's pretty much just sleeping in a tree. He's been doing the same thing every day. And plus training. It's been a year, so he's 7 right now. Deku is 7 years old. So Deku goes to sleep. He's training up his body because he has to fend for himself. So Deku is sleeping. He goes to his mindscape. I know some of you might not like it, but who he sees is adult Baruto. This is what Deku's gonna look like when he gets older. But he does have the whiskers, blonde hair, and green tips. And kinda, his eyes are pretty much this. And by the way, the artist is this person. I like the art. Good art. Go check them out. So he sees adult Baruto. And Deku asks who he is. He is a little scared, but he learned to stand up for himself because of bears and everything like that. So he says his name is Baruto Uzumaki. And Deku is like, okay, but where am I? And he says, you're in your mindscape. Before Baruto can say anything else, Deku says, and why do you look so much like me? Baruto says, I was just gonna say that you are the reincarnation of me. And he's like, reincarnation? Weird. Let's say a month in his mindscape is a year. Well, a year in his mindscape is a month outside of the real world. So Deku's body is not doing anything. He's just passed out training in his mind. He's gonna train in his mind with the basics for the first year. So Deku's pretty much training with the Rasengan and all the other jutsus. He has a prodiginess of Boruto, so he's learning stuff pretty quickly. So Deku right now knows a few, like, let's see. He can walk on water, trees, and all that kind of stuff. He knows Gentle Fist. Let's see. He's able to use some of Purple Lightning, but not a lot. He can use it once, and that's good. Well, that's it. He knows Rasengan. He knows the finishing Rasengan. He knows Water Wall. He knows Gale Palm. And he knows Lightning Bullet. Let's do one more thing. He knows the Sexy Jutsu, of course, though he's not going to use it often. And also, he's going to learn these two things later. I came up with these two things myself, and I don't know why, I'm just very proud of that. But, okay, let's get back to the photo. Deku also trained with a sword, and his sword looks like this. Pretty much just this. He has a summoning wristband or something like that, so you can just summon it at will. So, over the years, Deku learned more and more stuff. Also, his blind eye changed into the Byakugan. I don't know why I just wanted to do that. Just wanted to. He'll learn the Drodogan, or slash pure eye, when he's during the 10 months. He's activated it a little bit, round about maybe 10. He can't really activate it. If I'm correct, it's emotion, something like that. I think it's no, I don't know, but I think it's emotional state of being or something like that. So Deku's 12. He knows. Let's see. He knows around half of these things. Also, his weapons are these things. He doesn't have the Jutsu Absorbent Arm yet, but he has pretty much all of these, except for these lightning. Well, these compressed Rasen guns. Compressed Rasen guns. He also changed his name to Izuku Uzumaki. So right now he's 12. He's training in the forest, and the animals are scared of him because they know how strong he is, and everything like that. So Deku is training, and there's a villain. Aizawa was chasing him. Deku stopped the villain and pretty much just knocked him unconscious instantly, just by hitting him in the stomach with Gentle Fist. And Aizawa was seeing this, asked the kid why you were in the forest and stuff like that. Deku says, I live here and everything like that. And Deku meditates when sometimes to go on his mindscape and train. And I think this episode is just gonna be backstory. But Deku, Aizawa said, Kid, where's your parents? And Deku said, they abandoned me here after, when I was 6. Yeah, 6. And Deku has pretty much Baruto's personality, except not spoiled. He's loud and energetic, but he doesn't rush head first into things. he analyzes the situation and everything like that before he rushes in. So, Aizawa told the kid to come with him, so we did. And also, his Byakugan eye, he covers up. Because no matter what, people would think he's blind. Even if he had the blind eye still, people still think he would be blind. So, Deku just always has his eye patch covering that. Also, he has a cloak. And I haven't read the manga yet, but I think that's Sasuke's cloak that Boruto has right now. I think that's Sasuke's. That'd make a lot of sense. But, so Aizawa took the kid to UA. Deku came willingly, because Aizawa had his quirk activated on him, and he wanted to make it look like it was a quirk, so he just stopped using it. So, when they went to UA, Principal Nezu said, Aizawa, who's this kid? And Aizawa said, I found him in the forest, living there. So, Nezu asks the kid, what's his name? Deku says he goes by Zuku Uzumaki. And this is 12, if I'm correct. So he's been living in the forest for 6 years. He's been training with Boruto for 6 years. So, Deku pretty much, when Nezu said, do you have anywhere to stay? And Deku said, nope. So, Nezu told the kid that he could live at UA and stuff like that. He didn't really agree until Nezu said he has food. And Deku was like, what kind? First thing he said was hamburgers, and then Deku says, I'm in. That's the first thing he said, just hamburgers, and boom, Deku's in. Hamburgers. I can't say that word right. But Deku is living at UA. They built a dorm for him. There's a full working house and everything. It's like full working. There's a kitchen, bathroom, bed, living room, all that. And as you said, we'll be paying for everything like that. We'll be paying. You'll get a monthly allowance to buy food and stuff like that. So, Deku, is training. Well, Deku asks Nezu if he could train in the forest. Deku says, Nezu says, yeah, you could live in the forest. You can train in the forest. Deku says, okay, cool. So Deku goes in the forest and trains. He trains until around about 5, and then he goes back to UA. And Nezu, like, all the teachers are there to ask him what his quirk is and everything, because they forgot to ask him that. And also, why is there an eye patch covering his eye? Deku says he's quirkless, but he's the reincarnation of this person named Boruto Uzumaki. And let's just say that quirks are evolution of chakra. So there's myths and everything about Boruto, Naruto, Sasuke, Sadara, and everything like that. Because quirks are weak compared to other things. I know Sakura is kind of useless, and Naruto Shippuden, or whatever, and Boruto. In normal Naruto, she is totally useless. She can't do anything. But you gotta think that in Naruto Shippuden, Sakura is strong. She could destroy you in one punch, which is scary. But everybody is pretty much being remembered. Like, there are myths and legends about it. So Nezu knows about it because he's smart. He's the smartest creature in the world. And Deku didn't hear about this because they learn it in like 3rd grade or something like that. So Deku never heard about Boruto or anything like that. So Nezu was like, that Boruto Uzumaki, what? He's just confused right now. Every teacher's confused. Deku says, I have this thing called Chakra. I'm able to manipulate it at will by using hand signs. And releasing it. So Deku pretty much explains Chakra to him, and they explain the legend of Boruto Uzumaki, which Deku is actually surprised about, even though he's heard about it from Boruto. But Boruto's is the true thing, while old legends and myths are passed down, so then that means legends and myths change over time, because over time, myths and legends get changed, because different people are telling them. So Deku's surprised about the version they told him, so Deku tells him the real thing. And let's say Deku can take him to his mindscape. So Deku takes him to his mindscape, and there they see is Boruto, adult Boruto. And everyone's shocked about this, minus Deku, because he's already seen him, everything like that. So yeah, we're gonna skip to when Deku's around, I don't know, 14. He's being taught by Nezu, smartest creature in the world. Deku's the second smartest human in the world, second smartest human in the world, creature. Because humans are creatures. So Deku, second smartest, and I'm getting dry mouth. I just don't want to stop because I'm on a roll. So Deku is being taught. Deku's out for a walk, and the sludge villain happens. And Deku wasn't really caught off guard because he sensed him. People still have chakra, but the chakra goes to their quirks instead. Since Deku was quirkless, Boruto reincarnated into him. So Deku has more chakra than normal people, and he's able to use it because he doesn't have a quirk. So Deku right now is using Thunder Shuriken, because he always has shurikens and everything like that on him. Well, he had seals on his arms for him. Deku just used lightning shuriken and threw him at the sludge villain. Sludge villain got knocked out. All Might knows about Deku. He's met Deku a few times. Not a lot, just a few. They know about each other, so Deku sees All Might there, and Deku is like, "Oh, All Might, I got this villain for you." And Deku already put him inside a bottle and everything because All Might was like a minute too late. And when he's launching off, let's say he launches off too hard and drops the bottle. So, yeah. There's also going to be another reincarnation, but you'll know in a minute. You'll know in a minute. And the one getting attacked is, instead of Bakugo, it's Momo. So, she pretty much had the same childhood as Deku, because she's the reincarnation of Sadara. And when I was doing research for this what if, I realized that Momo would be perfect, because her eyes are black, her hair is black, and except for that cheerful personality, it's they're pretty much looking alike. So Momo has glasses because her eyesight's bad, and she does have the Sharingan 3 Tomoe, and she can use her Mangekyo for like a minute or two. And that's what it looks like. She does have the internal Mangekyo. That's what it looks like. So Momo got stuck. She was caught off guard by it. Momo has more of an angry personality, more like a Sadara, but she still has that calm personality sometimes, most of the time. If you do something stupid, she'll have that angry personality with you. So Deku's walking, heard an explosion. Deku walked over there. He doesn't teleport, he doesn't do body flicker or anything, he just walks. And when he gets over there, he sees a girl with black hair, glasses, and black eyes. Right now they're red with Tomoe. And Deku's heard about it before because of Boruto. Because it's adult Boruto, and he would know about the Sharingan and everything, of course. He's seen it before. So Deku's seeing this. His brain doesn't work for a minute, but he's running in. And Deku's actually kind of surprised. Still surprised that she has a Sharingan. So, yeah, Momo's quirkless in this one, too. She's a reincarnation. Yeah, that's weird. I said, why not? So Deku runs in and uses one of my moves I made up. The compressed wind, the compressed Resen Shuriken. And it will make, depending on how much chakra he adds, it will make a huge explosion or a tiny one. He didn't add that much chakra in there, so when he threw it, it like made Momo come out of the sludge villain. So Deku just then uses the, I think he has, yeah, purple lightning. He uses purple lightning and just stabs it. He doesn't kill it, but stabs it, electrocuting it and stuff like that. Momo has all these. I was looking up stuff like this too, and she has yen release, if I'm correct, which is surprising. Which pretty much shadow stuff, if I'm correct. But Deku is pretty much just, so when she gets out and everything, Deku helps her out, and she's saying thank you and everything like that. And Deku had his Byakugan activated, because plot. And his eye patch was gone, because he doesn't care about it anymore. And he does have that scar still. So Momo seeing this, Sarda talked about Baruto, and let me think real quick. Momo looked at him and saw he looked like Baruto. And she asked about Baruto. Like, she was like, you look like someone my friend described or something like that. And Deku said, can you tell me who that was? And he said, you know. And Sarda told about the you know part too. Because then it's going to be passed down through generations, of course. That one's obvious. That you know it's going to be passed down through generations. So Momo thought for sure it was Baruto, but it's Deku, reincarnation of Baruto. So she asked, "Do you happen to be Baruto Uzumaki?" And Deku was actually kind of surprised that the name, that she knew that name. And Deku asked, "Are you Sadara Uchiha?" Momo changed her last name to Uchiha too. Well, to Uchiha. And they both looked at each other confused. Like, what? So Deku pretty much said the Sharingan, right? And stuff like that. Like, Deku said, you have the Sharingan. And they did introduce names like Zuku Uzumaki and Momo Uchiha. So, Deku, pretty much was talking about the Sharingan and stuff like that, and Momo was talking about the Byakugan, see if it was each other's reincarnations from the previous life. And I realized it was, so pretty much gave each other their phone number and stuff like that, and they would talk later and stuff like that. And it is going to be the ship. It's Momo x Deku. No, Deku x Momo. So, yeah. 35 minutes. Wow. But after the sludge villain and stuff like that happens, Deku goes back to UA. Of course, he got recommendations because he's strong and stuff like that. And Momo's gonna be the one in the whatchamacallit, entrance exam, because her family abandoned her too because she was a quirkless too, because of plot, so they can relate. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna be ending it for now, and I'll see you later, people. Bye.